Let's get into it. Let's talk about Eddie George, Shade. Let's listen to this real quick.
For the last 50 years. And that's something that can be a huge shot in the arm for our institution. And we have to be responsible enough to then take that money and put it toward infrastructure, put it toward new buildings, put it toward a robust endowment that can continue to build, to grow, and to set up other funds that's going to deal with the maintenance and the everyday use for our student athletes, and to bring in the talent and teachers where we're well staffed. So there's an opportunity there. Tennessee State has the bones to be a really, I mean, it's a great institution, but now it's time to go from good to great, to eminence, to being exceptionally great with those opportunities, with those funds, and so forth. So that's what I'm fighting for right now.
So, for those that don't understand, Eddie George is actually talking about the importance of land grants and funding at HBCUs. This is how it's done. This is how it's done. Go ahead, because I go ahead, Norwood. You know,
this is a master class. I want y'all to understand. This is a master class in being well versed, being media trained, and knowing what you're doing,
and being able to express your plan.
Articulation and planning. He has read, he knows what he's talking about, he can communicate well, and he has a plan. That's all we're asking for.
And it's respectful.
Don't have us looking crazy.
For everybody that was out there, and we're gonna get to it, that is wondering why we were so hurt. I'm not gonna lie. You may not have been hurt, Norwood. You may not.
Disappointed.
You were disappointed. I was hurt by the way, the actions and the rhetoric and the speak of Dion, the actions and the rhetoric and the speak of Ed Reed, the way that you bashed HBCUs on your way out, not giving them any credit. The first thing Eddie George said was Tennessee State is a good institution. It has the bones to be a great institution. That is an articulate way of saying what every other HBCU alumni says. It's the better way of saying what Ed Reed tried to say. Right?
Absolutely. And that's the frustrating part about being a part of the HBCU life, is we understand where the shortcomings are. Now, we also understand that some of the shortcomings are our own. Some of the shortcomings are due to the lack of funding that we have. But there is a way to go about handling those type of things. This is it.
I want to invest in Tennessee State right now.
Absolutely.
Right now. Off of just that 30-second, because it's Instagram, that 30-second, 1-minute conversation, that clip of his conversation. I want to invest in them right now. That's how you get investment. That's how you raise money. That's how you go to the public. If you want to go public, that's how you go to the public.
And if I have to decide where I'm sending my son, because we'll get there in a second. I'm sending my son to the guy who knows how to not embarrass himself on social media
and embarrass my son. At the end of the day, he's an extension.
There's a
of the
very
Tennessee
high
State
chance that my
team.
son is not going to go pro in football. And this, of course, my imaginary son. I ain't got no kids, but I hope that I can send my son to a coach that understands how to maintain his demeanor and be able to communicate no matter what the situation may be. And Eddie George does that. And Ed Reed goes live.
So one of the comments in our live right now says, but honestly, it's a good thing Ed Reed happened. This isn't for every celebrity or ex-NFL player to come in with their cape and think their presence is going to change everything. See, the thing about Eddie George, great comment. The thing about Eddie George is Eddie George didn't come in with a cape. Eddie George came in with a hard hat. You mean Eddie George came in ready to do the work. Eddie George never came in, at least from what I've seen and from what I've read and from what I've heard, and the research that I've done, he's never come in and said about moving up, moving out, moving away. What the administration isn't
silent.
doing.
I came here to build a football program.
And you know what that means? He's and now he's talking about just land grants. He's past football program. And you know what that means? He's one, I'm not just a football coach, but he's also, you can tell that he is in lockstep and working with the administration. He is not calling out the administration. He is not bumping heads. He's not doing anything.
Embarrassing.
He is in lockstep. That is a union. That is a union that is working perfectly right now. I honestly, the Splashcast may make a donation to Tennessee State here pretty soon.
You can't help but this is so top tier to me. And that's all. And if you're at the school, you got to double down on him, especially after you've seen, the way that Dion left and you see what Ed Reed is doing. You got a good one. It's like when you get an NFL quarterback and you get Mahomes. Oh, well, we got to pay him
$500 million.
We got one.
Right now. Right now. You want to be owner of the Royals too? Take that too.
Hey, Mr. George, Coach George, come on by now. We're gonna have something for you a little later now. Yeah, absolutely.
Now,
and let me be very clear. This is what if you only get this is what HBCUs are looking from all of their coaches. Whether you are an NFL player or not, this is what they are looking for. Have a plan, have discretion, and make us look good in the meeting.
You remember? Well, I won't go there. No, I'll say that. You remember when I said you got to come in and do the work? You got to come in. You can't if you know about coming to be an HBCU coach. You know the lay of the land. Eddie George sounds like somebody that knew the lay of the land before he got there. Yep. Tennessee State ain't been great. I mean, it ain't been great in football.
And let's be very clear. Everything is not perfect at Tennessee State, for sure. But you don't know what's not perfect because he's not getting on the internet showing y'all